Hello and welcome to my first video of my channel. And this tutorial I'm going to make today is of how to make custom like a lake or sea or ocean type. And here you don't need to add these kind of things over here. You don't need to add them. Well, I just added just for you to know what we need. You can add this if you want, but if you don't want, you won't add it. For this now let's just get started. For this, if you want, for like that, I want to make a lake, like a forest lake or something like that. Please make your base plate like a grass material and in any kind of green color you want. So let's now get started, and now let's go to Roblox Studio to see how to make this. Alright, so now our introduction's finished. The first thing we need to do is just insert a cylinder, rotate it like that, and then just make it like that. Then just right click on the object and just click onion just for everything to go smaller. And because the onion makes it a little bit more better than normal. But the problem is I can't send it to the color I want. But there's a trick to do that. We just in this part over here where we just onioned, we scroll down here in the properties and just make sure that the use part color is ticked. Then now I click the part and then I just click the color I want. You see, now it's in the color I want. And for this, because we don't want it in some kind of plastic material, we're going to click the material manager and just scroll down until you see foil. We need foil, not all the others. And now that we've got it ready, now we can scale it however we want. But for me, like for making scale a little bit more easier, just click the model, then just click remove here, make sure it's unticked, then let's go back to the home tab, and then now let's just start making it. For this we need to duplicate this about a few times. Now let me just delete this one that I don't need, the other one can stay, we put it here. And now let's move on. Scale it however you want. And now click remove. And I click duplicate. And you see, whenever I move the avatar or the camera thing, which is for the studio or the game, if you see that flickering things over here, these kind of things that appear and disappear, this we don't need. And there's a trick to not have it visible. We just go there and just send this down a little bit, not too there because that wouldn't look that great. Okay, a little bit more up, there would do. So as you see now, if I move the avatar over camera, nothing happens, just looks very cool. And now you need to do this about as many times you need. You guys can skip the video if you want until I finished making the lake. You can skip if you want. Alright, now I've just finished making my lake. This thing to skip might be short, but doesn't matter. And now that we're done with the lake, now just make sure that that all of your cylinders you've got, just make sure that they are anchored, just to avoid any problems. Now let's just click play just to show you something of how it works. The problem is for just a minute, let me just delete that frame, sorry. Let's go back in the game. Sorry for this. Here, in about few times, it might just show like it's a plastic material that we don't want, and here shows the material we want, which looks like real water, and it won't make any splashes or slip abilities on it. All of these are going to be in other tutorials. And if you've got any ideas of to not make it look like plastic, please write it on the comments so I'll know. And here we want the look of the material like that, not the other way, because it wouldn't look great. And don't worry about these bumps over here. It wouldn't be visible for many players anyway. It doesn't matter about that. And now that we've finished with the lake, now let's move on for making the ocean or the sea. Now I'm going to show you how to make that. So now I'm back in my studio, and if you want for things to be a little more easier, you can group these as a module if you want. And then now let's start for making the sea. For making the sea or ocean, you need to change your base blade color to some kind of color like that, and change its material to sand. And now I'm going to add a part, make sure it's anchored, to send it to the color I want. Now the material. And for this I need remove enable, just for everything to be a little bit more easy. So let's just now pretend that my base plate, I made it in a nice color and in a sand color. So now I'm going to show you how to make it. Just duplicate this block over here that I just added. Duplicate if you've got it. Unless if you don't have it, then you just click that to add a part. Scale it however you want, but don't keep in this material because it's not correct. Now I'm going to send it to the blue I want. It won't stay like this because then it would look definitely like sand. For this, we just go back to the material surface and make it in foil just like the previous thing we made. And as you see, just a minute, let me just solve something with a flickering thing. Added like that. And as you see, then it looks very realistic, almost like real life. And now my spawn location is here. So now let's just play it to test it out. Alright, now that I'm in the game, and this thing I just told you in with the lake can always happen with this in this kind of material. You see, like that is how we want it. Cause like that looks nice, and we want it like that, not like a plastic. And if you go high like that, it would look a little bit like plastic. But if you are low enough, then this would be visible. And the coolest thing of this is of the sun over here, and with the sun over here, it just makes some kind of thing like a reflection of the water. This is the coolest part that makes it look much more like real life. And here we can also add splashes, or we can add splashes if we want. It can add splashes. And for this, if you don't know how to make splashes, I'm going to show you that in another video. Okay, so that's all for today. That's all for this today's tutorial. And if you like my channel, please subscribe my channel if you like it. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, so that's all, and this is Pav D13 leaving. Bye!